Here's what $2 million can buy you in central Tokyo in current year, 2025. 3, 2, 1, go.
We've shown you what you could get for $1 million in Tokyo. We've shown what you could get for $5,000 a month in Tokyo. And today we're going to show you what you can get for $2 million in Tokyo. And just like the other video we did, we are now in front of the most expensive building in Tokyo. This is Azabudai Hills, the JP.
Oh, yes, that's a brand new one. Azabudai Hills. Another Mori development. They're the ones who were responsible for Roppongi Hills. I haven't left the country for travel, sadly. Now that the world is back on its meds and is not completely batshit insane, I cannot stress this enough, chat. Get your passport and get out there and do some traveling. And I would say that, if at all possible, we're in a good time, we're on a good timeline, especially those of you who reside in America. But if the previous administration was any indicator, I would have a plan B. I still maintain, even after seeing a Trump win, even after all of the just whirlwind of activity and chaos that we have seen, good sort of chaos, in, gosh, it's only been about a month and a half now, still need a plan B. Be proud of your country. Be proud of where you've come from. But always have contingency plans. And it's a good goal to work towards in life, I think. Having an escape plan of some kind. Having things like what some people call a pied-à-terre. You know, another place that you can kind of hole up in case the world goes completely mad. Things like second passports, second residences. Small little vacation home somewhere. I know it sounds incredibly aspirational, and to a certain extent in this economy it is. Still good goals to have. Still good things you can grind for. Still an excellent purpose to work for in life. But first and foremost, travel. Get your passport, get out there, travel and see the world. And you will understand what I mean. It's something I could talk to you all day. Raiders, welcome in. Elijah Knightley, hello, hello. How was your stream? If it's your first time here, I'm Lord Rexworth. I'm an English nobleman Vtuber. And we just wrapped up the news and we're now doing some gourmet video segments. So you're just in time. We're about to take a look at what $2 million can buy you in central Tokyo in current year. How was your stream, Elijah? By the way, chat, next week, I believe we've said for Friday? Yes, Friday. Marvel Rivals. Me, Elijah Knightley. I believe Megalim's going to be in on this as well. Razorwind. Dylan. Group of lads getting together. And yeah, we're going to play Marvel Rivals together, so don't miss that. Doing some just chatting. What were you just chatting about? I used to see YouTube shorts of a woman going around these weird houses and apartments for sale in Japan. I think I know what you're talking about. Fang Tokyo. I subscribe to those, saying the features, prices, how far they are from a train station, etc. Wouldn't be sure if the prices were good or not there, but it was interesting. You can find stuff even cheaper. the channel you're talking about is Fang Tokyo. I love Fang Chan. She's so cute. Yeah. Don't know if she's married or not as a boyfriend, but yeah. Would marry her. Probably. I mean, think about it, chat. Perfect little Japanese waifu. Cute as a button. And she knows how to sell some good property in Tokyo. But as the videos say, Fang-chan, she is excelente. The Gang Ogle Squirrel Girl is my working title. I might steal that from you, Megalum. I might have to steal that. In fact, I'm writing that down. I think I'm going to steal that. And yoink. That is just too good. I love that. But yeah, Fang Tokyo. We can actually take a look at that in a little bit. Might even be able to find them on YouTube. Let's see, Fang Tokyo. Some people have even parodied. Yeah, here we go.
Why here? Today we're exploring a property in a shopping arcade that's just a 1-minute walk to the nearest station.
Find the best properties in Japan with Fang Tokyo.
Come on in. First we have the kitchen, a
Hello.
two-burner stove and limited cooking space. You
Chop,
may
chop,
want
chop.
to consider ways to enhance the area. The room is 10.5 square meters and south-facing, allowing for plenty of sunlight. Additionally, it comes with
See,
a wooden
she's so
deck
cute,
that
chat.
provides enough room to hang your
Love her.
futons. This property has a maisonette structure. Downstairs you'll find the wet areas. All fixtures are in great condition. It's well equipped, including a bathroom sink. Further in, you'll find a spacious 14.3 square
Honestly,
meter room. You can keep
I'd just be
the living
telling
room
her, darling,
free since there's a large
you
room
sell the
for
homes,
luggage.
I'll
Embrace
manage the
vibrant
back
lifestyle
office.
of Japan, just a 1-minute
But you and
stroll to
me,
the nearest station
together.
10 minutes from the door to Shinjuku.
Nice little
So
flat in
today,
town,
Why here?
house in the country, 10 beautiful children, the whole works. You and me, love, come on. Steal my title, nobleman my ass. I'll come up with a variation. Probably instead of the gang, it'll be the lads. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, Fang Tokyo. I think I'm actually subscribed to. Yeah, I'm subscribed. They used to have the same sort of music in the background as what you would hear on the video game A Date with Death, but I think they had to change up the music for YouTube. No, they might have kept getting like a copyright strike or something, or a copyright notification of some kind. But yeah. Also got collection videos. 10. Wow, you can manage that. I mean, with a cutie like her, I'll make it work. It's like that old Groucho Marx joke. Interviewing some bloke who had like 15 children or something. And he's just like, why do you have so many children? And he said, well, I really love my wife. And Groucho said, I love my cigars, but I take it out of my mouth once in a while. Hey, be fruitful and multiply. What can I say? Anyways, we are getting really sidetracked and derailed here. Back to the video.
Penthouse in here was reportedly sold for somewhere around $100 to $150 million. Unfortunately, there's no $2 million apartments in there, but we're going to see 3 really
No,
nice
of course
ones
not.
today. So let's go take a look. For our first property, we're here in Kagurazaka. This is one of my favorite parts of town.
Change
and I
closed
consider
already,
it
eh?
really underrated. It used to be a geisha town, so people used to come here and have fun. And right behind me is where the property itself is. Before we go inside,
Oh, it's not bad looking.
Kagurazaka
Bland, but
isn't really a place that tourists come to visit, but it is one of
That's a good
Tokyo's
thing.
nicest neighborhoods to live in for the
yeah. There's touristy neighborhoods, and then there's the neighborhoods people live in. I'd rather have the neighborhoods people live in. I'd probably get tired of all the tourists after a while.
quiet luxury crowd. Located in the western part of Shinjuku, near the Kanda River, this hilly neighborhood is dotted with some of Tokyo's best restaurants and cafes.
Lantern, hang on. Let's go back and look at that.
This hilly neighborhood is dotted with some of
Oh, they do takeaway. That's good. Got standard hamburgers. Those look all right. Chips look decent. You get a teriyaki burger. Been a while since I had a good teriyaki burger. Fried chicken burger. A salsa burger. I like the sound of that. Avocado burger, if that's your thing. I can take it or leave it. Avocados. Looks like the Wagyu burger sold out. Bacon, egg, and cheeseburger. Hell yeah. And a mushroom cheeseburger. You can get that in a lot of places.
Tokyo's best restaurants and cafes, making it a favorite among people who like living in a walkable neighborhood. As I mentioned before, this was an entertainment district, but it also has deep roots in Buddhism, with the local Zenkokuji temple going back to the 16th century.
Oh, that's lovely.
Due to its historically large population of
Engage. Also seen a guy doing up one of them vintage Japanese houses that was abandoned. I just think those houses I think I'm also subscribed to that person too. I wonder if he's done any content lately. He got a bit sporadic about it all. Let's see. IKEA Renovation Japan. We got Chani Japan. No, that's not it. Anton, no. Dylan Iwakuni, no. Shu Matsuo is a good bloke. I think he actually teaches a course about investing in IKEA houses. I had a chance to hop on a call with him one time. He's a bright man. What was the name of that channel? Was it DIY Japan?
What if
No. That's not it. Ah, this is the one. Here we go. Yeah, I bought a house in Ibaraki, Japan for 20 grand. 3 million yen. And then fixed it up. See him working on this. New tatami, new furnishings, new everything. Oh, hey, presto. Looking good. Yeah, Turkey Lama. I think he's Australian or something. He went over to Japan and yeah, living the dream now. Put a lot of hard work into that, so good for him. He's got some great videos, good advice and all of that. Top tip, everyone, if you're going to buy something like this, yes, be prepared to put a ton of work into it. That's if it can even be salvaged. And yeah, you're bringing all cash to the transaction as well. There may be one or two lenders willing to lend you money for this sort of thing, but they are highly conservative. Your best bet, just bring all cash. That's what it's going to take. If I ever lived in Japan, it would have to be that style of house. That's understandable. Understandable. Some people, they want that sort of traditional look and feel and experience. Depending on where you live, it's going to be rather cold in the wintertime and incredibly hot in the summertime and humid. They're not very well insulated, though it is possible to fix that with some of these old properties. Again, it just takes a lot of work.
French people, it is sometimes called Little Paris, and as its name suggests, here you can find plenty of French patisseries, bakeries, and
Hey,
bistros.
that's not bad. It's get a little taste of France without the snobbery and pretension.
Oh, now,
Croissant.
let's grab a croissant and go back to the property.
Croissant.
And now we are inside. And well, first off, you can see you have a very large entrance, at least for Japanese standards, where you have to take off your shoes because
Of
that's what
course.
they do here. And
It's
then you
Japan.
can stick them right into this shoe storage right over here. But to be honest, this might not seem like enough shoe storage. And yeah, I would say so because this is a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. So that means you're going to have a lot of people.
Fairly decent sized flat.
So they gave you a little bit more over here with these full stack shoe closets right over here. But
Oh,
the
lovely.
nice thing about these is that these can come off or just be moved up and down. So you could also turn
Perfect.
these into coat storage. You can have these become just a coat closet for you. So that's always nice to have. And even if that's not enough for you, you have a bit more storage right over here. This is all good for shoes. You could maybe chuck a suitcase or two in there. And if even that isn't enough shoe storage for you, well, this place has you covered. Just come right into here and you'll see you have basically
This was built with a woman in mind. I prefer old-style houses in general. Modern houses are so off-putting to me. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of modern design is just... It lacks soul. It lacks je ne sais quoi. Even this place, it just looks like... I don't know. It looks like any sort of flat that you could find just about anywhere else, sans the excessive shoe storage. And honestly, that entryway kind of felt like I was stepping into a fancy hotel suite, which, I mean, if that's your thing, that's fine. And I mean, sometimes I could go for that, but yeah, I don't know. Doesn't exactly feel very warm, does it? I don't know. The rest of the place could surprise us.
Just for storage. So yes, you can put your shoes in here, you can put your coats in here, more suitcases, anything you need, right? But as I was saying before, this
is nice, but it's
3-bed,
boring.
1.5 bath. So let's go see that
yeah.
half bath first. It's right over here.
I
And
mean,
of course, the toilet
bathroom's
is very
not
happy
bad.
to see you.
Again,
This
it
being
kind
Japan,
of looks like something in a
you have to
hotel,
have nice
which,
toilets.
you know, if you want to feel like you're living out of a hotel, I mean, that's certainly got its perks and all, but I don't know. If it's your primary residence, you probably want it to be feel a bit more homey. Second residence, though, might not be so bad to be living that hotel life.
Ever, right? So this is a Neorest, it's a Toto, it's their highest top of the line toilet. I've said this on the channel before, I'll say it again. The rounder the toilet, the more expensive it is. Not quite sure why that is, but you also have a really
Interesting.
nice sink over here to wash up.
Hello, cameraman.
You've washed up. But there is also the living dining room kitchen, which we will get to in a minute. But before that, let's go see the bedrooms.
Oh, you're teasing us here.
So this is the first of the 3 bedrooms, and it's not too big, but at the same time, I don't think it's too small. You have plenty of storage over here.
It's all right.
And yeah, you can see you have a really
Nice
cool
window.
view because this is in the middle of Kagurazaka, which is an old part of Tokyo. You have all these really cool old Japanese
Neighborhood's
style
got some
houses.
character.
This used to be a entertainment district, so a lot of geishas and all that used to live around here. And you can kind of see that whole ambiance still in how it looks outside. The second bedroom is right around the corner from this. You can just come right through here, and you'll see it's more or less the same, you know, same kind of view,
Not bad.
same kind of closets over there.
Look, it's stream
But
out
one
there,
thing
good.
I do want to point out about this, which is really rare within Japan at least, is you have central heating and AC, and I can feel it on my
Yes,
hand.
that is quite rare. That is practically unheard of. That's almost, I think, safe to say it's a luxury item. Central heating and air in a flat in Japan. Yeah, that's, wow. That's almost unheard of, too.
But everybody usually just has it on the wall. They don't really
Yeah.
look that good. Sure, you might save a little bit in electric costs, but I mean, if you have the option to have central, have central. But let's go see the last bedroom. So this is the master bedroom, and it's large, and it's a corner, so you have plenty of natural light coming in from, you know, two sides at least. And what I really like about this place, not only the size and not only the sunlight that you're getting, is the size of the walk-in closet over here. This may not seem too amazing for other countries, but for Japan at least, this is a pretty good size.
Yeah, for Japan, that's
And
spacious.
as you can imagine, you can
That
have
is
your
impressive.
big old bed, any size that you want, right over here, king, queen,
they're
super
still
king,
working on this one.
California king, doesn't matter. And you'll still have plenty of light waking you up in the morning, even though you
That's
do
a good
have building
renovation,
right
though.
next to you, you have plenty of privacy because there's really nobody looking into here from there. But let's go see the
I'd
bathroom.
still want curtains. I'd still want to draw the
So the
shades.
bathroom is right next to all of the bedrooms, and as you can see, it's very chic, very gray, and kind of dark inside.
Yes, this
I
was
kind of
definitely
like how
done
that
with
looks.
females in mind.
Places
Oh,
in Japan
yes.
tend to be a bit brighter in the materials that they use, but this is quite nice and dark, right? You have your big old sink right here. It's only
That's
a
not
single
bad.
cavity, but that's okay because you have plenty of space.
Some
around
darker
here.
grayer
You have,
tones.
again,
That's
your
not
toilet
too
right over
bad.
here.
Hello.
Another
Well, that is fancy,
self-opening,
isn't it?
Happy to see you kind of toilets, which I always like to have. And what I really like about this,
Yes, we like our toilets being happy to see us. If they're not happy to see us, that, well, we've got some bigger problems then, don't we?
area itself. So this is a Japanese style.
Oh,
bathroom.
look at that. Got a telly then in the bathtub. Probably spend a good hour soaking in there, at least.
A separate shower to the bath itself because you shower first, get all clean.
That is
then
fancy.
You get into the bath, which is absolutely gigantic. This might be one of the biggest on the channel so far.
That's like a
What I really
jacuzzi
about this
tub, it
bath
is.
You have two jacuzzi jets in here, so you can
Oh
get
yeah,
a massage
called it.
while you're in your bath. And also you have a pretty substantial TV over here, which you can sit and watch all of your favorite YouTube channels on.
Such as Tokyo
You know,
Portfolio.
my
Like
favorite
and
part
subscribe.
about this bath area is what happens.
Tap the
when
bell
you
to
press
enable
this
all notifications.
Yeah.
Mood lighting. Let's
Mood
fucking
lighting. I
go.
love having that. And if you notice, you'll see that this part right here is still lit up. It's a nice orange glow as well. So the whole idea with this is you're watching TV, you kind of have this as your pillow, and if you press
Yes.
this button next to me, which I'm not going to because I don't want to get really wet right now, basically this becomes a waterfall, and it will start
waterfall
pouring hot water
massage.
onto your shoulders like that. It's nice.
Hell
relaxing,
yeah.
And well, it's luxurious. Now, let's see the last part
Okay.
of this condo.
The bathroom. Very well done.
Welcome
I'm
to
liking
the
that.
living room. Come on in. Well, it's also the kitchen as well. So let's go see the kitchen first. As you can see, it is
Not bad.
very nice. It's a good size for Japan standards, at least. The whole
Warm
place is
colours
about
of wood, I like
135
that.
or so square meters. That's maybe about 1,500 square feet
So
or
rather
less.
Scandinavian
but
in
this is a pretty
design.
good size kitchen for that. And as you can see, you have plenty of storage, both right under the sink and then also under the dishwasher, which is right over here, of course.
Yeah. Fun bit of trivia here for your chat. Dishwashers in Japan, they're a bit small and kind of rinky-dink, like what we're looking here. Yeah, most of the dishes, they tend to just hand wash them. Dishwashers are kind of a optional luxury in a lot of places, and in some flats they don't even have room for a dishwasher, so you don't get one. It's a bit weird compared to places in the West, but you know, it's just one of those quirks.
And, well, while you may not have an oven, this being Japan, you're almost always given a fish grill, right?
Yeah, oven's also optional, but they will put in a fish grill underneath the range, which that does appear to be a gas range.
Right, so this is where you can grill some fish, do some toast, and in general just burn things because these are impossible to use. However,
Yeah, fine art to using those fish grills. A lot of people just use them as toast ovens. Probs would too. Like, if just one or two people, dishwasher not really needed for me. Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know. I'm living in America. We're spoiled by even the cheapest, most run-down of apartments has a entry-level dishwasher, at least. Just because the American market, they demand that sort of thing.
if you wanted to put an oven, you could. It would just go right into here. And then
Yeah,
you
you'd have to
ovens that are
take out some of the
specifically made
cabinetry
for
there,
these kind
but
of kitchens, so
you
that's
could
not an issue.
you could fit that in
Above
after the
that,
fact.
You have your 3-burner gas.
Then again, I don't know. Ovens are nice and all, but there are Breville toaster ovens that will do the job just as well. And, you know, most people probably just go buy an air fryer and use that, so you can probably make do without it.
Stove, so that's always nice to have, and of course a modern hood right above it, so you're not going to have to worry about the stinkers. But right over here
Good.
also you have something that I haven't seen outside of Japan. This is specifically for rice cookers and other things that create
Interesting.
steam. Because if you have a rice cooker inside of a cabinet, it's going to steam up the cabinet and then maybe make the wood go bad over time. So if you have it here, though, you have this button up here that basically starts drawing air from out under here and then keeps it from getting it too moldy or anything. And
Oh, interesting. Okay.
but right next to the living
That is clever. I like that. It would be unspeakable not to have an oven here. Yeah, no, that's fair, especially, yeah.
kitchen area, which we'll see the rest of in a second, is something that I quite like. So this whole renovation was planned during COVID, and that's why they decided to make a little home office kind of thing. This is kind of a new thing in Japan, working from home, but this is a perfect little office
Yeah.
to have. You have your window.
Still sort of a thing that they don't really go in for on any sort of widespread level, I guess. Working from home, everyone's still crowding into offices.
Windows leading into the hallway and all that. You have plenty of
There are just
storage
some
over
things
here
they
as
refuse
well.
to change on.
And, yeah, if you don't want to actually shut the door, you have a little privacy screen up here as well, if you would like. But right next to
Keeps
that,
the
of
airflow, I
course,
guess.
you have, we didn't get to this yet, but the dining area, right? It's one
Not
big
bad.
room, so this is the dining area. They have a 4-seater here. You could probably fit maybe a 6 to 8-seater if you wanted to.
Yeah.
So this is your living
I'd go
area
6-seater
right over here. And It
max.
has a big old couch in
Anything bigger, nobody's going to be able to get around each other. You know, if they need to get up and go get something from the kitchen or whatever. Yeah, 6 max.
it. But to be honest, it doesn't really seem too big. It seems the perfect size for this place. You could have
It's
your
cozy.
TV over here. And
It's cozy,
one
it's not
reason that
bad.
It doesn't feel too big is because you have these floor-to-ceiling windows right next to you.
That makes a
which,
big
of course,
difference.
lead out to your balcony, which is right over here. And it's, you know, not that big, but it's still usable. You could still have a couple of chairs out here, maybe
Yeah,
have a
that's
couple
all
of
you
glasses
need.
of champagne or something once you bought the place, of course. And yeah, enjoy the outdoors, right? Not much.
Just the traditions with food in general requires an oven, like chicken dinners and turkey dinners at Christmas and other events. No, that's fair. Especially with a certain size of chicken or turkey. It, kind of calls for a fairly decent size oven, doesn't it? So yeah, it's fair.
Much of a view again, but that's okay. To be honest, 2 million doesn't really get you that much in Tokyo. Now let's talk numbers.
No, it does
This place
not.
is from 1990, so it's a bit on the older side, but as you can see, the interior is
What,
completely
35 years
newly
old?
renovated
That's not terrible.
this year, so it's sparkly and clean, at least on the inside. And, well, it's about 136 square meters, maybe about 14, 15.
It's still built, I think, to the latest earthquake-resistant standards. So that's a little under 1,500 square feet. This is not bad.
Square feet or so. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. Comes out to 298 million yen, which at today's rate is somewhere around $2.1 million. Pretty close to 2 mil. So let's go see the next one.
I mean, Tokyo is still a fairly expensive place to own property. So, and fairly newly renovated flat like this, yeah. I can see that. If you've been there for that long, would imagine probably already experienced one. Yeah. Second apartment. Let's take a look.
Nagatacho, the center of government in Japan. This neighborhood is all of Washington, D.C. crammed into an area only twice the size of Disneyland, with tons of government buildings everywhere. Crammed into an area.
You got the Diet Building over here. And somewhere I think the Prime Minister's office and residence is nearby. It's nothing too terribly exciting, chat, but if you do get a chance to go tour the Diet Building or something like that, I mean, it's one of those things. Do it just to kind of cross it off the bucket list. Just to say you did. It'd be like, oh, you're going to be in Washington, D.C. Well, guess we're going to go tour the Capitol Building and the White House and, you know, the Washington Monument, the Lincoln Memorial, the Jefferson Memorial. Go to the Smithsonian. Go to the Library of Congress. I mean, when I was in London, I strolled past number 10 Downing Street. Walked through Whitehall. I mean, I was there. Might as well.
Only twice the size of Disneyland, with tons of government buildings everywhere you look. It's also home to the picturesque Hiei Shrine and the Capital Tokyo Hotel, a luxury hotel known for its signature dishes of Indonesian fried rice and fried spare rib ramen. Just down the hill is Akasaka,
That sounds
a
tasty.
neighborhood we'll discuss in another video. Let's go see the apartment.
The Palais Royal.
And now we're inside this vintage building from the late 1970s. I absolutely love how these old buildings looked, even down to...
Let's go back and look at that chart.
We'll discuss in another video. Let's go see the apartment.
The entrance was nice. This is... okay. It's got some subtle touches to it that give it some character. You know, these little curves here on the brick in the balcony. In fact, all of this red brick. I used to think that red brick was one of the most boring building materials in the world. Not only is it one of the strongest building materials in the world, but you can do a lot with it. The windows are interesting too. I like this very gentle arch on the top of the windows. I like that. This isn't bad for a nearly 50-year-old structure.
And now we're inside this vintage building from the late 1970s. I absolutely love how these old buildings looked, even down to, yeah, the door handles on these old doors.
Oh, that's nice. We need more buildings with hardware that's got some character to it, got some detail. If you give red brick to someone who knows what they're doing, you can get something nice out of it. Yeah, I was probably looking at something that was just corners cut everywhere, cheaply made.
So just really cool, you know. You can see this has an even larger entrance in the first place that we went to. It's just massive.
Oh,
and that's surprising.
that is
It's a
nice.
smaller place and there's less...
This is a genuine reception area. Place where you can welcome everyone and they're not cramped and you're not feeling rushed to get inside. It's sort of one of these things you can leisurely take your time, get your shoes off, maybe sit down and take your shoes off. Put them away in the cupboard, and then you walk in. You know, take everything at a leisurely pace.
Too. But this is perfect for the person...
Oh, I like that. I like that. These darker, warm woods, and then you got some stone with a bit of texture on it. That is nice. And the lighting on it, too. That is perfect.
There's a lot of fashion, let's say, because you open up this door right here and you can walk into your massive, and I mean massive, well,
You can actually walk
shoe
into the
closet.
closet.
It goes all the way up to the ceiling, it goes around the corners like this too, but if that's not enough shoe storage for you, there's even more just right over here, as you can see. I love how the lights just kind of fade on as you go, by the way. So yes,
That
this
is
good
nice.
for shoe storage. You
They
also
don't just
have a
flicker
coat rack
on.
in here as well. And this is going to be the theme with this place, hidden storage, because basically everywhere you look, it could be a wall or it could be a door. So for instance, this one right over here.
I like
this one isn't
that.
actually storage,
There's
but
secret
it's still a
doors
door,
everywhere.
which leads to this, the other feature of this place, which is it doesn't use gas, no natural gas whatsoever. So everything is done.
I mean, on an older property like that, gas lines can be a major liability in an earthquake. Those things rupture and there's a spark, you've got a really big, literally explosive problem.
By electric, and this is your electric water heater. So yeah, pretty important to have that, I guess, right? But
Yeah.
come on over here and we'll see.
Those of us who reside in America, we know all about that.
bathroom. So as you can see, you first walk
It's hard with an all-electric house to have something like a tankless water heater. You usually have to have gas lines for that sort of thing. They do have some models of electric tankless water heaters, but last I checked, they're not very good. And they don't really keep the water warm for very long. So you're better off just having a big tank.
Walk into a pretty spacious vanity. You have the dual sink setup. These are very nice Duravit sinks with the porcelain actual sink right here.
Oh, that's nice.
And of course, plenty
That's
of
not bad.
storage on both sides. And my favorite, yes, the hi cameraman.
Hello.
My favorite thing in the world, medicine cabinets. Right?
Yes.
But what I really like about this, of course, is the bath itself, which you may have seen this one before. Where have
Well,
you
we
seen
just
this one
here.
before? I'll give you a hint. It was the first one that we saw as well. This is the exact same overall model of bath. However, there's a few differences with this one.
That's cool, though, that this is all essentially a unit bath. So what we've been looking at, chat, is a prefab bathroom. This is amazing. I love this. Gas supremacy.
First off, the TV is about double the size. Yes, that is about double the size of the
That's
first
so
one.
handy.
And two, while you still have the jets in here and you have this kind of pillow thing that allows
There's an extra panel.
water to come onto your shoulders like a waterfall, this one has Bluetooth in it. So yes, you can
Hell
set
yeah.
up your phone to connect with the shower and then pump music into here. I find that
Love
to
it.
be really nice. But enough about this bathroom. Let's go see the bedrooms.
Shower singers rejoice.
So as I said, this place is only a 2-bedroom, and the master bedroom is actually the closer one to the entrance, so it's right here. And if you come in, you'll see it's pretty sizable. You can fit most
This is
size beds
spacious.
in
I
here,
love this.
No problem. You could have a little lounge space or something like that. But what I really like about this place is the size of the closet. Yes, this is more or less the same size as the closet in the front of the apartment.
Amazing.
So,
I
yeah,
love
you have
that.
all this space just for yourself, not even for your shoes.
That
Way on
really
the
is a
front, so
proper
everything else
walk-in
goes into
closet
here.
there.
But there
I
is
love
one
that.
more bedroom, so let's go see that. It's right down here. But before we do that, I wanted to show you, as I said before, the theme of this place is hidden storage, and you have a lot more storage in here. This could fit, I don't even know what you could put into here. Skis.
God, you put a lock on the door. It's
suitcases,
practically a
anything
panic room.
large. If you have a TV you don't need, you could just kind of shove it in there too, I guess. But yeah, come on.
Perfect
let's
little
go here
hidey hole
and
for the
see
antisocial
second
types.
And last bedroom, which honestly, I would probably use this either as a guest bed or maybe as like a little officey kind of space. You have plenty of natural
That would
light
be my
in the
streaming
It's
room. I
kinda
love
dark
that.
right now already, but believe me, it was bright before. And I didn't show you this coming out of the master bedroom, but you actually have a
Yeah.
very nice
Streaming room.
balcony right over here. And you'll see it's not that big in total, but it's not narrow, right? So that's the thing, is if you have a square balcony like this, you can fit some chairs and all that. And it's also pretty cool because you have the view of the baseball field over there, and yeah, people like their baseball in this country.
B-roll
So, yeah,
days.
let's go see the rest of the
B-roll day
place.
they were playing football.
So the last part of this is the living dining kitchen, but before that, I did want to show you this. So this is where your washing machine would go. Places in Japan generally don't have built-in washers and dryers and refrigerators for that matter, and that is the case here as well. You see, that is where you would put your
normally you're going to some place like Bic Camera, Yodobashi Camera, and maybe getting yourself like a package deal of refrigerator, freezer, air fryer, large toaster oven, washing machine, maybe with a built-in dryer. But most of the time, just a standard washing machine. They're rather rinky-dink things, same as the dishwashers, meant to be replaced maybe a bit more often. I don't know how else to describe them. Having compared like an American-made Maytag washing machine as an example with I don't know, maybe a Panasonic or a Hisense washing machine sold in Japan, the Maytag is going to be, those things are built like tanks. Usually last you 10, 20 years. The Japanese washing machines, probably lucky if you get them, if they last you 5 years. Just in terms of build quality. Which is not to say they're not good. They tend to build them a bit cheaper. At least they look a bit cheaply built over there. I think it's a bit sad, really.
Washer dryer on top of. Now, some people like to have it visible, so you can just kind of push these doors in and then get rid of them. Or
I think if I had to choose, I would love to have a fancy Samsung or something like that. But if I'm price conscious, I don't know. Might end up just going with the American-made General Electric or Maytag or something like that, just because they just seem to be built better. They're built tougher, you know? They could survive a move. I don't know if the JDM model Panasonic or the Hisense from China would be so resilient.
You could do as it was before and make it all, disappear pretty easily. But right next to that, we do have another thing that I love, which is of course, the toilet. So this is a different model of toilet than in the first one. This is by Inox, which is Toto's biggest competitor over here. Last up is my favorite part of the place by far, which would be the
competition,
living, dining, and kitchen. I just love.
That's gorgeous. I love all this accent and indirect lighting. This really is nice. That is absolutely lovely. Not sure how I feel. I don't know. Your neighbours are awfully close there in the office. I suppose I could get used to that.
Of this combination of the dark woods with the kind of lighter stone and occasional natural colors from the wallpaper over here.
Yeah.
Yes, this is wallpaper, but it's actually made out of cloth, which is pretty cool in my opinion. But as you can see, this would be where your TV
I wonder how long
goes.
it'll last.
115-inch over there. There's no.
That's the thing about wallpaper, is that, I don't know, it tends to show its age a lot quicker. Which is why for so long, the trend was just to paint the walls. Just slap a new coat of paint on them. Wallpaper? Yeah, there's some lovely designs out there, but eventually moisture, heat, cold, the elements start to affect it and starts to curl at the edges, and try as you might adjust, it does start to show its age after a while.
No problem. Or you could put a little TV over here if you prefer that. It's up to you. But what I really like about this is just the amount of display space. So basically everything over here is well lit to put all of your trinkets, knickknacks, bottles of wine, I don't know, whatever you'd like, just to show off to everybody else. And then also if there's stuff that you don't want to show off necessarily,
show off the booze collection.
This is actually storage, as you can see.
Keep the secret booze collection down there.
to here as well. And, well, what would a living dining kitchen be without the kitchen? And here is
Those glass cupboards. I like that. That is fancy. That's very bougie. I like it.
the kitchen. So this is a prefab kitchen. This is from Lixil, which is one of the biggest kitchen manufacturers in Japan. And it is probably
Lixil.
the highest grade that they make, mostly because of what they did with this sink. They pulled out all the stops and put this thing in here, which I can't figure out how to use. So how do you use this sink? You just put your hands above it like that, and then it automatically turns on. It's an automatic sink,
very
so you don't have
posh.
to get things dirty when you're washing dishes. I like that idea. And right next to it, just like the first place, you do have a dishwasher. I think it's actually a bit bigger in this place, so that's always
Yeah, that one
nice.
does. Yeah, that is a
And
bit bigger. Yeah.
unlike the first one, two things unlike it. First off, this is an induction heat stove. So
Oh,
these
I
are
like
becoming more and
those.
more common in Japan. Some people prefer these to gas. Some people prefer gas to this. I don't know. It's up to you. But this is obviously better for the environment, so that's always nice.
Those
this
are
one
cool.
does have another fish grill as well, but unlike the
course.
first one, this one actually has an oven.
There is an
It's
oven.
pretty small.
It's, yeah, that's a tiny oven. I think you could buy like an aftermarket oven and just place it on one of the countertops there, and yeah. Wow, that's tiny.
Small one, but it's still an oven, you know? And
Yeah, look, so you better have a small chicken or a small turkey if you're going to bake anything in there.
that's more than most Japanese apartments can say about themselves. And I mean, I love everything
True.
about this place. If you look around, just the amount of storage that you can see in and the amount of storage that you can't see in or even find for that matter, it's, yeah, it's full of mysteries. Now, the only thing that's not a mystery is the price. This place comes out to 278 million yen, which right now is about $1.95 million. Pretty close to 2 million as well. Now, let's go see the last one.
Older building like this, very well renovated. I don't know. You have the cash for something like this, I'd probably go for this place. Right. Apartment number 3.
Ikebukuro is completely different than the other two we've seen. Being the gateway to the prefecture of Saitama,
Oh, I
in
love
North, This is a
Ikebukuro.
major transport hub in Tokyo, and with almost 3 million users a day, this is the third busiest station in the world. It
Goodness
tends to
gracious.
get crowded on the weekends and during rush hour, but slightly rainy nights like this really bring out the unintended beauty of this town.
Love
If
it.
you go, definitely
This is... Both times that I've been to Japan, I stayed in Ikebukuro. First hotel I stayed at was at Sunshine City. That was the Prince Hotel. Nice place. Did not like the fact that they had old swamp coolers for their aircon system. It got really hot and stuffy in my rooms. In my room that I was staying in. The other place I stayed at was a business hotel called the Centurion. No relation to American Express. And that one actually had working thermostats and everything, more modern AC and heating. And that one was rather nice. Closer to the station, too. But love Ikebukuro. Loved going for a walk. I probably spent a good day just walking around Ikebukuro. Just exploring the neighborhood. I loved it. It was so much fun.
check out Eiri, one of the best Szechuan restaurants in Tokyo.
Mm.
Make sure to order the dry hot pot, a mixture of spicy chicken and vegetables cooked right on your table.
Oh.
Ikebukuro is not classically thought of as a high
Oh, yeah, they've got the Animate flagship store. Let's see, Brillia Tower, Ikebukuro West.
end neighborhood, but this property may start to change that perception. Let's go in.
I mean, it kind of looks cool, but it also looks really sterile.
And now we are inside the last one of the video. And, you know, well, the other ones were completely renovated. This one is a brand new building, so it has a little bit of a different vibe to it than the other ones. Let me just first show you what we have right here. Of course, we have our walk-in shoe closet, just like the other ones.
This one feels like a downgrade from the other building. This one feels a bit more cramped.
But unlike the other ones, you'll notice right away that the place is a bit more compact. Yes, when you talk about buying a building that is brand new, that it's going to be a lot smaller than an older one. They don't really make things that big anymore. That's probably why. But yeah, you can see right here you have...
But why, though? Lord knows with a shrinking population, then they... I don't know. It seems like they're not as hurting for space as they used to. This just feels like the builder was a bit behind the 8 ball. I mean, it's a lovely place. We're already off to a decent start, but I don't like the fact that it's so cramped. I'm still liking apartment number 2.
a nice bathroom, nice little toilet right there just to take a visit in right when you get back home. And you also have this wall over here, which I thought was a shoe closet or something like that, but no, it's just mirrors. And if you can see all of the fingerprints on here, it looks like a lot of other people that viewed the place thought the same as myself. But this is a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and well, right here you can see what they're considering.
It's a cheap little trick they have to make a space feel a bit bigger by putting up floor-to-ceiling mirrors.
The first bedroom. And it's not really a bedroom, it's more just like an office, but yeah, it has carpet on the floor, it's very plush, it's very quiet in here. I like having that, and it's right next to the master bedroom, which would just be right over here. And as you can see, this is big, guys. This is super big. Yeah, this is big for a living room in Japan, let alone a master bedroom or any bedroom for that matter. And of course, with a big bedroom, you need to have a big closet. And yeah, that's exactly what they give you right over here. So you can have all your clothes in here, you know.
Walk-in closet, but
any size bed that you want. You can have multiple beds.
Chromium frame
there,
just
or maybe, I don't know, a little
lounge
chair or
that feels a bit
like
cheap
But
to
what I
me.
do like about this bedroom is that you don't even have to go to the living room in order to let people in, because you have your little intercom system right here.
That's convenient.
To do that. Another thing is that every room in here actually has its
Yeah, they
own
really did cheap
floor
out on the
heating panel.
closet.
So yes, this has its own floor heating. The only one that doesn't is a little carpeted room next door, but you don't really need it in there anyway. But right next to this is also the bathroom. So let's go check that out. It's right here actually, and as you can see, it's brand new, as is everything in here. Never been used before. You have a nice little granite countertop here with a dual vanity setup, of course. So you have plenty of storage in here as well, with all of these nice drawers below.
That's
and
nice.
Also, of course, the medicine cabinet above.
Also nice.
All of this opens up, so you have plenty of behind mirror storage. And right over here would be the actual bath area. And this one isn't as interesting as the other two. Basically,
This one's lacking. Where's the telly?
if you're going to be selling an apartment that is a bit older, a lot of people don't want to buy it because it's old. Japanese people tend to not like old places. So in order for you to sell that kind of place, you would need to kind of make it a bit more unique than normal, right? But if you have a brand new place, people start to care a bit less about the furnishing itself. So that's why you have...
That is a strange mentality to me. I would want all the features of the bathrooms, the unit baths, and the older places we just looked at. I'd want that in here. That second apartment really feels like the value play out of the 3 that we're looking at here. This one is like, oh yeah, it's brand new, therefore we're going to charge you out the arse for it. I'm not going to give you a whole lot of things. Whereas apartment number 2, yeah, older building, but newly renovated, looks brand new on the inside, and give you all the bells and whistles. And they're not going to charge a pretty penny for it either. I mean, it's still expensive, $1.9 million, but damn, I'd go for that place over this any day. This apartment just looks cheap. Yeah, it really does. I don't like it.
A nice bath, but it's just not as nice of a bath as the other ones, right? But
Glad he
that's the
realizes
bathroom
that.
area. So let's go see the living room. Here it is, guys, the living, dining, and kitchen, and it is quite large. The whole place is 103 square meters. It comes out to about 1,100 square feet.
Poor choice of furniture
majority
with the
of it,
dining
it seems,
set.
is taken up by the living, dining, kitchen space, which I love having a bigger one like this, right?
And they purely counter that tiny room as another bedroom too. They can charge more for it. Yeah, that's probably what their thinking was. I don't buy it. That's, like you said, that's an office at best.
First off, you have your kitchen over here. It's a nice peninsula kitchen just connected to that wall, again with the same kind of counters that you have in the bathroom that I just showed you. But the nice thing about this, in my opinion, is you don't really get this in Japan too often, but you actually have a proper pantry in here, so you can have all your dry
that's
goods in
nice.
there,
I like that.
ready for you right next to your kitchen. But if you take a look over here, you'll see, since this is a brand new building and also it's a pretty large one, they tend to put everything into it that they can. So that means that you have a garbage disposal right over here, which in America is very normal, but in Japan it's almost unheard of unless it's a really, really new building just like this one. And also, of course, you have this little detachable thing on the sink itself and a separate water purifier right next to it. And everything else in here, pretty standard. You have your Japanese...
It doesn't take a lot to put a garbage disposal into the drain of a sink. Especially a single tub sink, where it would almost be a requirement. Actually, I think it would be a requirement in the kitchen of any American house or apartment. I don't see why that has to be some sort of optional extra that's like a luxury item. As some of these things I see, and I don't know, maybe spoiled after having lived in America for so long, but it's like, come on, Japan, you can have nice things, and you don't have to pay out the arse for it either. I think anyone who's wanting to upcharge you for things like this, they're trying to rip you off.
Sized little dishwasher right over here. You don't have an oven, but you could put it right there if you wanted to, but you do have a fish grill above it, of course, and a 3-burner gas stove. Never been used before. Everything in here is brand new. They also added this little storage over here right next to where the fridge would be, because in Japan...
Yeah, we just don't have them because we don't really use them, but yeah, I could probably get one installed if you wished, yeah. Welcome back, Hinateki.
You don't get a fridge when you buy a place new, so you're gonna have to get one.
Okay, that part's fair.
But let's take a look at the rest of the living
I'm a bit picky about my
space.
fridge and
They don't
freezer.
have a TV right here, but this is where you would basically put it. Quite nice little space, you know. And you have...
Yeah, instead you've got the picture of the anonymous person you're talking to on Microsoft Teams or Skype or on a Zoom call with, made into art.
Not the biggest table. Honestly, they could have gone for a bit bigger of a dining table, but they tried. Right?
That honestly looks like... That honestly looks like something that they bought for cheap at an IKEA. Those chairs, they look so uncomfy.
The furniture does not come with this place, so you would have to buy it yourself anyway. So this is the living, dining, kitchen, and there is another guest bed, so let's go take a look at that. So now we're in the guest bed, and you can tell it's a bedroom and not really supposed to be an office because they give you not only one, but 2 walk-in closets. Yes, a his and her walk-in closet. And this is the first time I've actually seen this in Japan. It's almost unheard of. They're pretty spacious too, honestly. I mean, they're deep at least. So this one doesn't have
Yeah, they're
that
deep.
much,
I don't know about
in terms
spacious.
of rack space, but this one, you have plenty of space to put
That
all
one
your
would be
clothing
the one
and
for
whatever
the
else you wanna
lady.
put into here. But
The gentleman gets the one on the left.
This is on the 30th floor. Yeah, it's the top floor of this building. And what that means is you're gonna get a really nice view. So let's go see that. And this is that view, guys. As you can see, this is south-facing, so you're going to be getting as much sun as you possibly could all throughout the day. It's already in the afternoon, so we're getting the nice afternoon sunlight coming in right now.
Oh, that
and
is
you can
nice.
see basically all of,
This is what you're
or at
paying
least
for,
a little
chat,
bit
right here.
of all of the major landmarks in Tokyo. First off, to our left, you can see just the tip of Skytree. Yes, just the tip.
Just the tip.
And then also over there, you can also see just the tip of
And then, yeah, you can see Skytree kind of poking out, just the tip. And then this building right here, this is Sunshine 60. At one point in the late 70s, early 80s, this was, I think, the tallest building in Japan. No, that's Japan. Yeah, we're looking at expensive apartments in central Tokyo. This is over in Ikebukuro. Yeah, I'd recognize this building anywhere. Sunshine 60. And that right there to the next to it is I believe that's the Prince Hotel. I've stayed in that hotel before. That's not bad. I think it's cool that instead of a standard hotel gift shop, they've got a family mart built right in. Very convenient in the most literal sense. But still have a few kind of tchotchke type gifts that you can buy to bring home to people as souvenirs, which I did. Dangerous place to be. What, Sunshine City? How do you figure?
Skytree. Yes, just the tip. And then also over there.
You're high up with all the earthquakes, I'd rather be home. Yeah, well, that's be a bit nerve-wracking. This is supposed to be a modern building. Like, this is brand new that they're looking at, so probably a bit more earthquake resistant than a lot of other places, but yeah, I don't know. There's always a factor to consider whenever you're in Japan.
There you can also see just the tip, but you can still see
Just
the
the tip.
of Tokyo Tower.
That's Tokyo
amazing.
Tower.
But you can also
There's
see
everything
all
else
of
over there,
Shinjuku
yeah.
over there with all of its crazy buildings, which at night looks beautiful, by the way.
No. They had one that we saw earlier, Hina, that was placed over. It wasn't very tall structure. And I think it was probably in the middle of the building itself. I think what was like Palais Royal or something like that. Built back in the late 70s. It's near all the government buildings. But it was absolutely exquisite and probably the best value play. $1.9 million for the place. 3-bedroom, 1.5 baths. Yeah. That one is still tops on my list. Out of all these ones that we're looking at here.
The way. And even over there, it's a bit hazy today, so you can't quite see it, but you have Mount Fuji. Yes, to the west of us is Mount Fuji.
Oh,
and
yeah.
closer to us, you see some really cool things around you, because this around us is all low-rises and mid-rise level buildings. Nothing around us, except for maybe that building, is tall, right? So you have great views of all the things around you, including Rikkyo University, which is right in front of us. It has a really
probably
cool
not to
vibe
stay
to
that
it,
way
almost kind of
forever.
like a English college-looking thing. You can kind of see one of the buildings down there.
Oh, yeah. There's where the university started. Everything else built on after the fact. Honestly, they should have kept up with the theme. Made everything look a bit more like that in the center. That's gorgeous. I love the way they manicured the trees, too. Everything else is just sort of meh.
So this place has an amazing view, and with an amazing view, of course, comes a big price. This comes out to 335 million yen, which is about $2.25 million with today's exchange rate.
For this
So which of
place,
the three was
no.
your favorite? Make sure to leave it in the comments below. And until next
That
time,
second apartment,
thanks for watching.
definitely. Love it. Please, more of that. We're going to give that a like. You can buy a nice house for that. You can. Just probably not in central Tokyo. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. If you have any thoughts, questions, or ideas for future videos, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. You can also follow me on Twitter @LordRexworth for more updates and behind-the-scenes content. And if you want to support the channel, check out my Coffee or Throne pages. Links are in the description. Finally, be sure to visit lordrexworth.com and follow me across all platforms. That's lordrexworth.com. Until next time, I wish you all the best, and God bless.